I'm Effie Parks. Welcome to Once Upon a Gene, the podcast. This is a place I created for us to connect and share the stories of our not-so-typical lives. Raising kids who are born with rare genetic syndromes and other types of disabilities can feel pretty isolating. What I know for sure is that when we can hear the triumphs and challenges from others who get it, we can find a lot more laughter, a lot more hope, and feel a lot less alone. I believe there are some magical healing powers that can happen for all of us through sharing our stories, and I'll take all the help I can get.
Once Upon a Gene is proud to be part of Bloodstream Media. Living in a family affected by rare and chronic illness can be isolating, and sometimes the best medicine is connecting to the voices of people who share your experience. This is why Bloodstream Media produces podcasts, blogs, and other forms of content for patients, families, and clinicians impacted by rare and chronic diseases. Visit bloodstreammedia.com to learn more.
Well, hello and welcome to the podcast. This is Once Upon a Gene. I am your host, Effie Parks. I am so grateful that you are taking the time to tune in to hang out with me for a little bit today. It really means a lot. I hope that you get some great takeaways from this episode. I hope you can share it with someone else. I hope that if you're on the outer ring, you can totally, definitely take notes and be one of your loved ones' best champions when they're in the thick of it, because you're going to know what to do. And just make this a little easier for everyone in all of the circles. We're going to be talking about the hospital. Like forever and a day ago, I did an episode about what to pack for your hospital stay and hospital survival tips. And I've been seeing a lot of kids inpatient lately, and we were just there not too long ago. And I thought it was maybe time for me to update some thoughts on the matter, no matter where you're at. I mean, maybe right now you're actually inpatient. Maybe you're listening to this from that cramped, loud, fake leather hospital chair, running on zero sleep and stuck in the hospital vortex of doom. Maybe it seems like there's no time and it's all blurring together and your body's so overly tired that it doesn't even sleep. I know you're on high alert and you're waiting and waiting and waiting for everyone and everything, and you're trying to keep track of a million things for you and your child and everything that is left at home, and it's really hard to see your way out. I see you. Hang in there. You're doing an incredible job. And maybe you feel like that and you're not even at the hospital. Totally get that. You are. You're doing a great job, even though it might not feel like it. And while I know it's tough to think about anything beyond the next 5 minutes, that is valid and that is real. I am going to leave you with some things today, though, that you can prepare for moments like these in the future that are inevitably going to continue to happen throughout rare disease, and walk through some tips that have helped me and that some friends have also thrown my way to make your next hospital stay just a little easier, a little better. So these are things that you can organize now. And if you're there right now, maybe some just gentle reminders of helping you get through your day a little more intentionally and aware, I guess. But yeah, hopefully when the time comes, you'll be geared up and you've got a little more of a hospital survival kit ready to deploy. And you can think of it as your go-to strategy for surviving and maybe even a titch of thriving. Yes, I do say during your next hospital stay. So I'm going to break these down into some pillars, okay? Pillar 1 are the basics, the bottom of the barrel with the most bang for your buck. Eat, drink, and take a breath. Absolute essentials, obviously, you'd think, but I know some of you are starving right now. I know many of you have not eaten. I know many of you haven't went pee because you haven't been drinking water. Okay, I'm talking about these basics: food, water, and air. You're so focused right now on your child that you forget to fuel yourself. And maybe even not just forget, but don't do it out of guilt or any other number of reasons that parents don't take themselves into account. So, meals on lock. Here's some things. I get it. Hospital food isn't always the best. Sometimes they really break it out of the park, though. But check with your hospital. Lots of times, the cafeteria actually delivers to your room, so you can get room service. There's obviously meal delivery services like DoorDash. It takes just 5 seconds to run down there and get it. Someone can even do it for you. If you're really stuck, you can use those, Uber Eats, DoorDash, things like that. You can grab the food and be back in your room in the same amount of time it takes for you to take a bathroom break. If you have time to pee, you have time to eat. hydration. There's the big one for me. This is my favorite one and one I'm very, very skilled at, especially in the hospital because, oh my gosh, it is so dry in there. Your face is dry, your skin is dry, your mouth is dry. I mean, have you guys seen that weird gel stuff that comes in like your hospital kit that's like for dry mouth? I've never dared to even put that on my tongue, but like it's a real thing. It is so dry in there. Keep that beautiful refillable water bottle with you. Always say yes when your beautiful nurse asks if she can bring you some delicious water with pebble ice. Even if you have water, get more water. Have it there. Just have it there. Pay attention to the water. Bring some electrolytes if that's your thing. You know, have some of those powders with you. You can flavor your water. Grab some lemons. Grab something if you are that person who can't just drink regular water. Breathe, literally breathe. It's so easy to get caught up in the hospital's hectic energy and just the internal thoughts and energy. But I promise stepping outside or even just walking down the hall can completely reset your mind and your body. Lots of outdoor spaces in our hospital, I know at Children's in Seattle, lots of just different random doorways that'll take you out onto a deck or a patio or this or that, where you can actually feel real air on your face. You can have real vitamin D penetrating your skin. You can hear the birds chirping. You can take a literal deep breath outside. When was the last time that you went outside? I'm talking to you parents even at home right now. When was the last time you went outside? It seems like it's just normal and that these are things people do without thinking, but it's not normal in caregiving. You have to really make it a priority when things are thick. So make sure your meals are on lock. Hydration is key, and breathe. Literally, okay? Those are your basics. That's pillar 1. These are small breaks. Eating, drinking, and breathing. They're your fuel. You can't be your best or even remotely your best if you're running on empty. Pillar 2, get the right help and let others support you. You're not alone in this, and there are people out there or even at the hospital whose job it is to help you. So try to help them. Try to let them, okay? I know a lot of people have a hard time accepting help too. And maybe I'll get into the matter of accepting help and also feeling burdened by getting asked for help. Let others support you. 1, child life therapists, the angels on earth, the true angels on earth. Please go back and listen to my episode with the one and only Katie Taylor from Child Life on Call, where she goes over everything that a child life specialist is there to help you with, because it's not just for your kid who's sick. They're there to support the entire family, you, your spouse, your partner, a sibling. It's to give you a break, so don't hesitate to ask them to spend time with your kid so you can go take a breather, a shower, a walk, eat, coffee, whatever it is that you need to do to have your precious moment. Know that the child life therapist is like your main go-to, and they're so thrilled to help, and they're just really the brightest, shiniest, loveliest people on earth. Ask for them right when you get to the hospital. Ask them to send the child life therapist to you, and then say, hey, beautiful child life therapist. I'm going to call her Katie right now. Hey, Katie, I'm Effie. This is Ford. I don't know how long we're going to be here, but something that's really important to me is to make sure that I take a little better care of myself this time around for my whole family. So is there any way that I can get your contact information, or what's the best way for me to have someone get in touch with you so I can make sure and have some scheduled breaks while I'm here? Communication is so key to everything in the hospital. And it's amazing what can happen when you just ask for it. So those people are going to be all up in that for you. They're going to be so excited to help you. They will help make a plan. They'll even send people to your room. Like some hospitals have people who are literally walking around with a ukulele and singing, and they'll send them to your room. Things like that can totally help just give you a little space, and you can get it scheduled, and you can at least know who to ask and about how long it might take them to get to you, but also to just let them know to come and periodically check in with you. Because again, your goal is to try to make this stay a little better than the last one. My friend Sierra said, even if you're not staying there, ask to meet with the Ronald McDonald Services team. check in with them, say hi, say the same things. Apparently they offer a lot of different things for people who aren't staying with them. They offer like free meals and other different services for families who are in the hospital. And that little bit of extra help can go a long way. So check in with that team if you can. I feel like there's always like a family resource room. Go check it out. Have you ever went in there? Go check it out. I know our hospital here in Seattle has lots of things. They definitely need some more Once Upon a Gene cards though. But like they have zoo tickets and like aquarium tickets. Not that you could necessarily go, but you could grab some for a later date when you want to get wild and feisty and actually go on a family little gathering. Or you can go and grab those tickets and tell someone to come pick them up and take your other kid to the zoo for you. Or your other, someone in the family can do something with your other kids if you have any at home. Or just, save it for a rainy day. But there's things in there that just might give you a little bright spot later, or for the sibling who's left alone at home to know that everything's okay. And maybe there's a little fun and normalcy that can be had in this moment that isn't fun for anyone. So check out the parent resource rooms. Don't be afraid to lean into these things. They're available for you to lighten your load. I really encourage you to take advantage of them if you can. So top 3 teams to meet, places to go, child life therapists, meet the Ronald McDonald Services teams, and check out what's available at the caregiver resource rooms. Okay, pillar 3. Remember that hospital to go bag checklist I made for you? I can update it, and I'll put the link to that in the show notes here so you can download it. But have your hospital to go bag ready. Like have a little satchel with the stuff for that unexpected have to go. This bag can be a game changer. I am telling you, let's talk about what to put in it. Pack smart, okay? Include things that will make the hospital feel a little more like home. I personally, now I pack 2 different pairs of shoes. One, I pack my zebra Crocs because they're amazing and you can shower in them. You don't have to have your bare feet on the floor. And 2, slippers with like a hard bottom, like indoor-outdoor slippers. So you can just put your slippers on when you do go out in the hallway or run to the cafeteria or wherever. You can just put your slippers on and you can walk outside in them and nobody cares what you look like. And you don't have to tie your shoes or put your socks on, So get the cozy slippers with the bottom at least. Extra points if you add on some waterproof shoes. Your own blanket, your own pillow. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. First of all, the pillows are so flat and the blankets are so thin and scratchy and ew. Pack those if you can. A sound machine, if that's your thing, to help you sleep. I always have an eye mask in my thing now. There's always a blaring light somewhere, as you know. Oh, and the sound machine, can really help drown out some of the beeping too, obviously. Really, anything that gives you comfort in the sterile environment can really go a long way. You'll thank yourself later. I've also been packing my face wash and my moisturizer. Pack your own face wash and moisturizer, not just for your skin. Oh, but it feels so good to wash your face, even just like a couple times a day when you're in there. Reapplying that moisture, it can just make you feel a lot fresher and more awake when you are tired and cracked. My friend Gay is always very proud of her hack. The second she's ever admitted, she finds out where the linen closet is because she likes to change her own sheets whenever she wants and likes to have towels whenever she needs them without asking. So knowing where a fresh set of linens is can definitely help you prevent you from sitting there and waiting for something. Maybe your kid puked on it. Maybe it's whatever. Maybe it's just gross. You can just go take care of it all by yourself. Good luck pushing that bed couch thing back together though. I literally almost break my finger every single time I'm pushing that thing back. Then I'm like, I know how to move this thing. Why isn't it moving? So pack your hospital bag. Again, I'll link to all the things that I really do add into the bag in the show notes here so you can go and get an idea. But don't forget your headphones. Don't forget your charger. Don't forget stuff like that. Bring a couple of your own little drinks from home if you want, okay? Whatever beverage makes you happy. Grab some snacks that are yours. Grab some high protein, high fiber snacks, stuff like that. Throw them in your bag that won't go bad after a couple months and you'll have them there. So a good, well-packed to-go bag can definitely help with a stressful hospital stay, make it a little more bearable. Pack for your comfort, and you'll feel just slightly more in control. Pillar 4, your wellness, inside and out. Find the glimmers if you can. Mental, physical, emotional health during the hospital stay is so important. You cannot be on 24 hours, 7 days a week without burning out. So it is so vital for us to find small moments of calm getting fresh air. Hospitals, again, they're just so overwhelming, and sometimes you just need to step outside, get a short walk, go up and down the building. It can make a huge difference. And technology can be your best friend. If you have a kid that's like sitting on their iPad the whole time there, I really, really recommend the app Marco Polo. We've been using this now for, I don't know, since Ford was a baby. It's video messaging. It's also how I keep in contact with my friends that I want to see and talk to, because it's just so much more fun to talk to your friends when you get to see their face. Here's the difference between Marco Polo and FaceTiming your friends. There's no pressure. It is literally just leaving video messages, like walkie-talkie style, and you don't have to be on. You don't have to respond. You don't have to reply to their video until you want to, because it's just a video right there. You don't have to answer their call, is what I'm saying. You don't have to schedule time with grandma for the FaceTime. You don't have to schedule time with anyone. You don't have to talk to anyone live. People can just send video messages to you or to your kid. Ford loves them when he's in the hospital. My family will send him Marco Polos of opening garage doors and also singing his favorite song, Happy Birthday. And he will just watch Marco Polos from his cousins, from his aunts, from his grandparents all day long. And it makes him so happy and relaxed to just have all of his favorite people catering to his every will. Anyways, definitely check out Marco Polo. It's an amazing app, and I don't know what we would do without it. Ford is obsessed with it. And I love keeping in contact with my friends that way too, and not having the obligation of being available. So definitely get that. Don't forget about you, okay? Don't forget about you. Find some peace in the chaos. Find some glimmers. I took my very first shower in the hospital last time, and it literally was cracking me up. I made the grossness fun, and after it was all done, I was like, you know what, Effie, that wasn't that bad. Maybe you could have taken a shower for one time for the last 8 years. I don't know. Anyways, we have to find the humor in all of this ridiculousness, so don't forget about your humor. I know you're funny. I know you have all the dark jokes that are so funny. Send a Marco Polo of it to any of us when it so comes to your mind. Pillar 5, advocate without exhaustion, meaning speak up for yourself. I know some of you are not eating, and you're not, all the things I already have mentioned, because you're waiting for rounds. This is where we're going to learn about communication, because it took me a long time to figure this out, to communicate what I needed and what I wanted and how things were going to be. As an advocate, we learn how to do that. Sometimes it takes some people longer than others. Sometimes it's really scary to do. But I promise you, if you can break down that first wall and just start to say what you need and have things clear in communication, your hospital experience can go a lot smoother. So remember, I know you know how to advocate for your child. It's equally important to advocate for yourself, okay? So here's some strategy for rounds. You do not have to sit in the room all day waiting for rounds. You do not have to do that. You do not have to sacrifice your meal and your shower and your bathroom break and your walk waiting for rounds. Ask the staff, ask your nurse, ask someone if you can be the first person on rounds, or maybe the last person on rounds, or if the attending can come back later and explain in high level all the highlights. You know, there's a whiteboard in your room too. Maybe get creative with that whiteboard. Maybe you're having fun with it and leaving a knock-knock joke. Maybe you're saying, hey, rounds people, I literally just went here. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Like, they're human beings. They want to speak to you. They want to make sure that you know what's going on. Figure out a way that you can communicate with the people around you, around your room, to make sure that you can go do little things or have to step out and you won't miss important things like rounds. So communication, delegate that communication. You don't have to be the one updating everyone either. So if people are texting you, how can I help? How can I help? What's going on? What's going on? Maybe you have that one person who's like, hey, I'm only telling you everything that's going on. You can fill people in. Maybe it's a Facebook group that you have for your kid. Maybe you just text back, ask so-and-so, ask Katie. Maybe you have a point person, someone you trust to send all the updates to and to handle all the messages. Let them know that you just don't have the bandwidth to reply to everyone, and that's okay. Family isn't concerned that you're not responding back to them. They get it. And this actually makes me think about the help me list, right? What are the 10 things that you want on your help me list? Would it be super helpful if they go and start a load of laundry, take the dishes out of the dishwasher, go pick up your kid from something, drop them off somewhere, maybe have a play date with your kid, drop off some food from your favorite salad place, bring you some shampoo because you forgot yours, something like that. Like, figure out what your list would be of like things you wish you had, or things that you know that need done, or things that just like really weigh on you when you're in there, so people can just pick it off your list. So when 900 people text you and ask you, hey, let me know how I can help, you can just send them the cute little infographic or the list that you made and said, honestly, any of these things would help so much. Thank you. And maybe they can get to it. Maybe they'll get something done on there. Great. It's also giving them the option to choose what they're best at and where they can really show up, and it'll make them feel good. So have that list ready. Make your help me list. Create this list of things that will actually help you. Maybe it's a Starbucks gift card. Maybe it's someone mowing the lawn. Again, think about those things and let people choose what they can do. People really want to help in practical ways. And if your list is already ready, you won't have to feel like a burden of coming up with something for someone else, because we all know that that can be really hard. And so you just say, no, you don't need help when you actually do need help. So if you have a list ready to go, pew, 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 just send it off to them, because that's how they can help you. You don't have time to think of something right now. Have that list ready. I know hospital stays are draining. I know all of this caregiving stuff in general is draining. I feel like bit by bit, we get a little better at this and a little better at that and a little more prepared. And having a strategy can be life-changing. Lightening the load for yourself is, it's hard to explain little things and how they mean so much, but you know exactly what I mean. Again, you're not just advocating for your child, you're advocating for you too, okay? You are one of the biggest, if not the biggest piece in this system. You have to be there for yourself. You have to remember who you are. Give yourself some grace. You're in the vortex, okay? Or you know when it's coming soon. I hope you got some of these tips. I hope you're at least just thinking about it. Maybe you can go and get that bag packed today so you can deploy your hospital survival kit. You've got this. Let me know if you need some tips. Steal everything on my list if you want. Cross some out that don't align with you. Maybe you don't have a lawn to mow. Maybe it's something else. Maybe someone needs to come and change your cat's litter box. I don't know. Think about what you need. Deploy the list. Post it on Facebook. Post it on your Instagram. Post it in your emails. Just reply with every text. Here's my list. Any of this would be so helpful. Thank you so much. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to Once Upon a Gene. Remember that you are not alone in this. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. I hope you've been enjoying this podcast. If you like what you hear, please share this show with your people, and please make sure to rate and review it on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also head over to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to connect with me and stay updated on the show. If you're interested in sharing your story, or if you have anything you would like to contribute, please submit it to my website at effieparks.com. Thank you so much for listening to the show and for supporting me along the way. I appreciate y'all so much. I don't know what kind of day you're having, but if you need a little pick-me-up, Ford's got you.